So if you haven't already watched the previous question, it's a good idea to start with that one. It says, for the following phase changes, decide if the change in entropy is positive or negative. So here we have a liquid boils. So we have X as a liquid going to X as a gas. We go from a relatively ordered liquid, where the molecules are in relative close contact to each other, to a relatively disordered gas, where the molecules are not in close contact with each other at all and are essentially separated from each other, as a gas is mostly empty space. So in this case, we've dispersed the molecules, we've made them more random, or we've dispersed the energy. So in this case, delta S for this particular example is going to be positive. We have increased the entropy. A solid melts. So now we have X as a solid to X as, a liquid. That's what melting is. So X goes from a solid to X as a liquid. This is very similar to the previous example. A solid is a very ordered state. Sometimes it's amorphous, sometimes it's crystalline, but it's certainly more ordered than in a liquid. In a liquid, although the molecules are in relatively close contact to each other compared to a gas, they do have freedom of motion, which they do not have in a solid. So in this case, again, the randomness or the energy dispersal has increased. So delta S is going to be positive in this case as well. Note that if you do either of the opposite cases, okay, if you condense a gas, if you go from a gas to a liquid, delta S would be negative, or if you go from a liquid to a solid, you freeze something, delta S would again be negative.